Good afternoon or good evening, YouTube. This is Kaylin Strain coming at you with the unboxing of this 2016 low sodium case from Sopacko. I'm going to kind of maneuver the box around. So this would be the top. And then just covering up, this is one of the sides. The other side, that is the thumbnail, shows some of the menus. I don't know, it's got nutritional information down here. It says reduced sodium over here. This did not get in the thumbnail, by the way. And then I'm gonna upend it. Sorry about the shaking. This mount is not stable. So I'm just showing you the ends of the box. That's just a number that was written on there, possibly by UPS or the shipper. It's the other end. And then down on the bottom, I'll move this strap out of the way a little bit. You can see it says 8/16. So this is what makes me think that this is either the inspection date or a pack date. I'm not sure. We'll know for sure when get into it. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it back over because I'm going to go ahead and take these. One of these straps that was on the side just is so loose that I can just slip it off without cutting it. So again, I apologize for the shakiness. I got my mount pretty high up. I'm going to see if I can do the same thing with the bottom one. Now this one they got pretty tight, so I will go ahead and cut it. I just launched that strap, but that's okay. I just wanted to get it off. I want to do this unboxing live to prove that, I haven't already gone through this. It looks like one of the bags nearly got stuck to this cardboard sleeve that is literally wrapped around. I'm going to have to turn this around because this piece folds up wider than the other end and it will just keep bumping my mount. So again, I don't know if there are multiples of several menus. There are 14 in this box. There's a standard mil-spec case has 12. So what I'm going to do is start pulling them out. These do not have menu numbers apparently. They're in a thinner bag. They're thinner than the halal meal bags, but they're the same clear. 2249. So yeah, 2016 inspection date. That was what I suspected. So this has a date code. The bag has a date code of 2249. So it's 2012 pack date. And this main is 2219. So there is a pack date on the main. And this one happens to be penny with vegetable sausage crumbles. I'm just going to take another box. I'm just going to start dropping these into an Amazon box just to get them out of the way as I pull them out. Again, this is penny with vegetable sausage crumbles. So they're vegetarian and meat ones. Vegetable lasagna. So they have the flameless ration heater. They have just a loose napkin. I can see a Tootsie Roll there. Be interesting to see how some of these have held up. Chili and macaroni. I've had the Mountain House Chili Mac, and I've had the MRE, the more, the mil-spec MRE Chili Mac. But this will be an older one. This will be the oldest Chili Mac I will have had. This one does have beef in it. So that's 3 menus so far. It's another penne vegetable crumble, so there will be multiples of these. Another vegetable lasagna. Oh, that's my smoke detector. Hold on, I gotta hit that. I'm just boiling water. I got water on the boil because I'm going to boil the main instead of using the FRH. So there's a vegetable lasagna. Some of these have a bit of a vacuum seal. They're not completely tight like a cracker pack, but they're still. There's another penne with vegetable crumble, so that's the third one of those. Only one of the Chili Mac so far. There's beef ravioli, first time seeing that one in here. So for sure that's 4 different menus. There's another beef ravioli. There's spaghetti with meat and sauce, so that's 5. First time seeing the spaghetti. Well, there's a 6th menu. There's cheese tortellini. Nope. Chili Mac is a good one. There's another cheese tortellini. There's another Chili Mac. And the last one is another penne with vegetable crumbles. So there is 2 cheese tortellinis, 2 Chili Macs, 1 spaghetti. And then the rest are the either the penne with vegetable crumbles or the other vegetarian ones. So that is it as far as menu varieties. So at least there's 6 menus, but the penne with the vegetable crumbles is one that has the most copies. That's the one with the highest number. So this is the lone spaghetti with meat and sauce. There's only one of these in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this box aside. I'm going to take one of each of the menus. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and push this down a little bit more like I usually have it. So again, sorry about the shakiness. I'm just readjusting this mount so that's more in a position to how I usually have it. Here is the beef ravioli. Let's see. Here is the vegetable lasagna. I just put all the other ones back into the original case. And so now what I want, so again I got the 6 menus here. Now I am going to let you, the viewers, decide which one I do. Again, because of their age, I'm going to just boil the main instead of using the flameless ration heater. Gonna make an adjustment in this again because it's crooked. So I will review all of these, well, not all 14 because there's obviously duplicates, but you know, since there's the one spaghetti, I will review that. The lasagna, I will review that. But so I'll review, you know, of course I got the beef ravioli, got the chili mac. I'll review one of these vegetable lasagnas. I think there's only one of these. I'll review one of these pennes, one of these cheese tortellinis, and one of the spaghettis. So I see, I'm just going to check the chat here. So I see 2 for chili mac, 1 for the spaghetti so far. Since I have not obviously opened any of these, some that I've seen on video do not have a drink, or at least not a hot drink. So what I have on standby is the coffee that I had on standby from when I did the brown bag emery last week, the 1980s one with the diced beef and gravy, and that coffee was, oop, that's my fire, that's my smoke detector again. Ooh, I actually had the wrong burner going. I had the burner under the wrong pot. You know, there's nothing in that pot, so I had to quick turn the other one on to get the water up to boil on that one. Anyway, I just switched them. I put my kettle on that was already boiling on the burner that I had just now turned on. So that was nice and hot. But as I was saying, in the event there is no drink, I'm just going to go to this little packet that I had set aside. I have some Type 3 coffee with, you know, I like creamer in my coffee. And I got the sugar. And I've been curious about these old apple drinks. So, and this is the best one that I have. It's tightly packed, but it still feels quite loose and should be pretty good. So I have that on standby. In case if there's a spread in there, I have the British cheese spread from an ORP, so I have that on standby. And I got a peanut butter. So, again, I have these on standby. I have this I did last Sunday. So this is what those salt packets looked like back then. And I want to keep this one intact. I do not want to open the salt. I mean, it's perfectly good, but you know, I want to keep this one as is. So I'm going to check the chat again just to maybe you're a cat voice or something? Is that like my voice? I don't know. Maybe a cat. But anyway, I have these six these all from 2012, I believe. Let's see. Yep, that's 2012. These are pack dates. Yep, that's 2012. So I have 6 different menus here. For those that have just come in late, I just opened up the Sopacko low sodium case. It has 14 rations in it. So 6 different menus, but there is only one or there's one vegetable lasagna, and I have a couple of the There's a one ravioli. I have a couple of the spaghettis, and most of them are the vegetable lasagna, or this penne with vegetable sausage crumbles. So I have the most of these. And so what I would like you all to do is tell me which one I should open up first, and then I will review the rest of these. And then, of course, the multiples I'll just keep on hand for, as an emergency meal, or if I just, for instance, if the power goes out and I want to have a meal, I'll just grab one of the others. So, so far, so if the chili mac is what all of you want, that's what I want to know, so I can go ahead and put these other ones away and save them for later on. So I'll do all of these in succession, and I'll probably just pick one of these others at random. And then and I will boil the mains on all of these instead of using the heaters, because the fact that they are a little older, and I figure even with putting salt in the heater bag, sometimes they don't always kick off and heat the food well, so that's why I want to boil them, just to be on the safe side. So some of these might have what's called like a salt-free seasoning, and there's appears to be crackers in all of them. Again, I don't know if there's a drink in all of these. Sometimes these rations have not had drinks in them. Sometimes they do, or they might only have a cold drink and not a hot drink. So I have my tray back here, just off camera, with both my drinking jar and my foreignemery.com mug. I got my Foreign Emery spork, and I have a bottle with the cold water in it for mixing the cold drink. So again, I'm just going to check the chat. So if no one else wants to make any comments about which one of these I should do, then I guess the chili mac it is. And I'll just put the others back in the box to save them for the rest of this month, and these will get me into July, since I will be doing these in succession. I was just realigning the others in the box so that I can neatly pack up these others, and so these will be the ones that I will put back in there after I bust into one, will be on the top so that I can just grab them easily to get it going while I'm setting up for the stream. So and I'll show you. See, there's a packet of pepper there. I'm just showing you the the label side of the beef ravioli. See, there's a Tootsie Roll in there. So these do have, so there's pepper in that one. Well, this one got 2 peppers. See, there's a pepper there and there's a pepper there. So I don't know if that was a mistake or if all of these are like that with 2 peppers, or I guess I'll find out when I open these. Hey, Dub C, I opened up the Sopacko case. These are all 2012 pack date, 2016 inspection date. And I'm asking the viewers to tell me which one of these menus I should do. I have chili mac. I got the beef ravioli, spaghetti with meat and sauce. I got cheese tortellini. I got penne with vegetarian sausage crumbles. And a vegetable lasagna. So far the chili mac seems to be the winner. At least that's what most people have spoken for. So Dub C says the same thing, chili mac. So I guess this will be my dinner. And there is Tracy Phillips dropping a super chat, also saying chili mac. Thanks for that super, Tracy. That's much appreciated. I'm going to put the rest of these back in the box. We'll just shove that aside. I'm going to make another slight adjustment in this. And this is peelable seal. Now we will see if this one will work, or if I'll have to get a knife and cut it open. That opened quite easy. Again, this is a thinner bag than what is used for the halal ration. A cream color spoon, which I will not be using because I have my foreignemery.com spork. Flameless ration heater. This is the Shore Pack brand. Again, not using that because I'm boiling the main. A wadded up napkin. I guess they don't care if it gets ripped, but this one appears to be intact. This is just the kind that you get out of a napkin dispenser in a restaurant. Got crack. Grape jelly. Yeah, CT's probably glad he's not watching that. Wow, 2 jelly. There's a strawberry jam. And I use the strawberry jam in my second recipe contest video that I tossed up earlier today. So there is a Tootsie Roll. Salt-free seasoning. And this is a commercial pack pepper packet with, it looks like two portions stuck side by side. A toaster pastry or Pop-Tart. It's the brown sugar, so that would be the dessert. That is it. No drink. No drink whatsoever in this one. And here is the main, and that 4-digit code right there. It is the 236th day of 2012. There is James Ortiz in the house. Thanks for dropping in. So it's a good thing I have my backup plan as far as a drink goes. I'm actually going to go ahead and open this box. I'm just going to stuff that right into the bag because this is very, very dense. There is not much room in here for, there wasn't much airspace left in here. But this pouch looks like it's in excellent condition. And this is the side opening where, the notches are here instead of here. So I'm going to go ahead and toss this in the pot, and then I will come back and open up these, and I will mix up the coffee. I got 2 coffees here. I think I'm just going to do a double shot. I would have had 2 creamers, but I used one Sunday because the coffee creamer in that brown bag emery was absolute crap. So I'll be right back. I have a couple of type 3s here. The coffee I had last week was a type 1. That was the first time I have ever had a type 1. So that is what the type 3 looks like. Throw in a couple of sugars. So this coffee will not be quite as blonde as I normally have it. This is a spiced apple cider, so that is what the powder looks like. This will probably take a fair amount of time to dissolve, so I'm going to go ahead and mix this up. I'll give that another stir later on. I'm going to go get the hot water for the coffee, and I'll be right back. I got the coffee mixed up, so I'm going to put that back here. It smells really good. I'm curious why there is a grape jelly and a strawberry jam in here. I don't know if that was an oops on the part of the packer. Yeah, I'm a little bit there. Or if it was intended to be that way. But as I said, I do have a peanut butter here. So if I choose to have peanut butter, I can pick one of these two jellies. Open up these Pop-Tarts. It feels like there are two of them in here, but I could be wrong. And get a hiss out of this. Nope, didn't hear a hiss. But this is a commercial packed. Yep, there are two. I was right. It felt pretty thick. So there are two Pop-Tarts in here. This will be like you might get in, say, like a hotel's continental breakfast or something like that. Or this might have been what you might get in a school or something like that. Well, they're stuck together, and I'm not even going to bother to try to separate them because they are fused. They are literally fused. So I'm just going to put that right there. I'll try to get a hiss off of these crackers. There is a good hiss. But they did not survive all that well. They did snap, and a piece just dropped. I'm going to put the cracker pieces over here. I'm pretty sure this Tootsie Roll is held up. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to check the chat. Jay's in the house. Nope, there's nothing wrong with eating a double stacked Pop-Tart. And Chris is in the house. Thanks for dropping in. This, for those who've joined in late, I opened up a 12-packed Sopacko low-sodium 14 ration case, and I asked the viewers to decide which one I should do first, and the Chili Mac one. And this Tootsie Roll, I'm going to leave it on this cardboard piece right here. That looks absolutely fine. It's hard, but it still smells like a Tootsie Roll should. So since I have spread options here, should I use the grape jelly or the strawberry jam? Or both? Or should I combine one of them with this peanut butter that I had on standby for last week in case the peanut butter from that 80s MRE was messed up, which it was not. It was absolutely fine. I ate all of that. Spread choice here. I know what CT would say. But since he's not here to tell me, I'll let you all tell me which one of these jellies I should do. Yeah, Tootsie Rolls are good. I don't get them very often, but I sure enjoy them when I do get them. And it appears that they are in every one of these MREs. So I guess I will be having one every Sunday for the next 5 Sundays after tonight. Well, I could do all three. I could do both of these and this peanut butter. I have quite a few of these peanut butter packets, so I don't mind losing one. This one just happens to be out of the Minotaur MRE that I used for my first contest entry when I made the chicken biryani. I just took the peanut butter out of that and just decided to sit on it in case I needed it for last Sunday. Or no, actually, no, I didn't. Yeah, I got this out before that because I did that after, But like I said, I have several of these peanut butter, so that was my standby in case I needed it for last Sunday. But I'm going to go ahead and take a small nibble of one of these crackers. Believe it or not, the flavor has held up. It's obviously not a salted cracker like a saltine. Nothing like the ones I had last Sunday, which were absolutely awesome. Even more awesome that there were 2 different dot patterns or hole patterns on those crackers. One had the whole pattern like this, one had them kind of staggered. So that was pretty interesting to see that. I don't know how often that happens in these older rations, that they have 2 different hole patterns in the same cracker pack. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. Oh yeah, I love me some Type 3. Although that Type 1 last Sunday was absolutely awesome. That was some great coffee. So I'm gonna check. Well, I would love to give you a bite, but I can only go as far as the lens. I can't get it any farther than that. I could open up both of these and see what they look like. So this is, I'm going to put that one, I'll just, one's a little chunky. That one is quite dark. Actually, I'm going to put the Tootsie Roll right there. I'm going to put that's the strawberry. So that one had a big chunk in it. And this will be the grape. I'm going to put that down here on this corner. So that one is a bit runny, but again, this is the strawberry, so it has gone dark. And then that's the grape, and they're both a bit runny. So I'm going to let it sit like that so that they will not run off. This is not a no peanut butter. It just happens to be part of my stash that I have here. Keep those on standby. And of course, since I have this cheese spread, this is the British cheese spread. If I want to put some on the chili mac, I might do that. Last year I did a comparison between this cheese spread and the American cheese spread, and there are differences in flavor and salt content and very slightly color, but they're very close as far as color, but there's a difference in the flavor. So I think the main has had enough time on the stove, so actually before I do that, I want to taste this apple drink. I don't know how old these are, but I bought a bunch of accessory packs probably a couple years ago, and these apple drinks were in some of them, and same with that iced tea that I had last Sunday. Oh, that tastes perfectly fine. That's a spiced cider, like an apple cider. So if I wanted to do that hot, I could have. So I have a crap ton of drinks that I can use with these. So I'll be pulling out random drinks whenever I do these. So I'll have something interesting to drink each time. So I'm going to go get the main and I'll be right back. Drying it off with a paper towel so that be a little easier to handle. It did look a little puffed up when I took it out, when I was getting ready to take it out of the pot. But open it up. So there is the chili mac. It looks just as good as the modern ones. And it smells just as good. But time to find out if it still tastes good. It actually tastes pretty fine. It doesn't taste like it's been around too long. It definitely tastes like it doesn't have much for salt in it. But I think it could use a little cheese. So how about I put this cheese on there? Would you like to see that? Oh, I see JM is in the house. I probably saw you commenting earlier. I just didn't mention the chat much, but so JM, thanks for dropping in. This is the Chili Mac, packed in 2012 from my low sodium Sopacko case that I only paid $35 shipped for. Last year, or early this year, I think is when I actually got it. It was that the site called Emery Marketplace had left of their old stock that they wanted to clear out, and I don't think there were too many left after I bought mine. And you never knew which year you're going to get when you bought one of those cases. So I heard about this from Old Smoky. So when they're $35 to drop, I figured $35 for 14 rations, why not? So I did. And because it was free shipping, heck yeah. And if I had a cheese spread with jalapenos, now that would make this. Now, when you get a cheese spread in a British ration, you actually get more than you would in an American ration. So this is $42 grams, whereas the American cheese spread is probably half that. So I'm going to take a bite of this with the cheese on it. Oh yeah, that definitely adds a bit of flavor to it. So putting that cheese on here definitely helps. Of course, some crushed red pepper would be good. Maybe a little. Maybe a hot sauce that isn't quite so heavy on the vinegar. Or the cheese spread with jalapenos. That would be good. But putting this cheese on definitely will help it out some. And I will finish all this off. There's no doubt about that. I just broke the cracker. So this is the part that has the strawberry jam on it. Still tastes like strawberry. It's just dark. It should be a more red. But it still tastes like a strawberry jam, just not a fresher one. And then this is the grape. It doesn't quite look as purple. And it was also a bit runny. In fact, it ran through the holes in the cracker down to the one below it. That tastes like it has lost a little bit of its grape flavor. The grape is not as pronounced as it should be, but it's still perfectly edible. It's just going to be a bit more chunky than it would be if it was a newer pack. Again, this is brown sugar Pop-Tart. They've fused together. So the frosting probably took a little on the bottom one, probably took a little bit of heat and fused to the other one. The same with the filling. That's the underside of the bottom one. But it still tastes like a brown sugar Pop-Tart should. There's a bit of cinnamon in there, or at least I can pick up a little cinnamon from it. I'm going to check the chat again. Yep. Yeah, it looks good so far, and these are tasting good. Although I wish ration crackers were like the way the crackers were back in early days of the brown bag, where they tasted like a real saltine cracker that you get from a store. But these are still all right. I mean, they don't smell stale. They don't taste like they're all that old. So I will finish all that off too. So for the first one of these, this one is not half bad. So these must have been stored very well before it was sent out to me. And I tried to not let this apartment get too hot, but for a few days there, my air conditioner on max was just not working. So when it got cooler, I literally took the front cover off and ran in under the tub faucet and rinsed it out, and then I put it out on my deck to dry. And now it seems to be working a whole lot better. Now this Tootsie Roll, oh, it's still pliable. I can actually chew it. So I'm happy about that. It tastes like a Tootsie Roll. This one. So I would say I'm off to a good start with this. What I might do with some of these duplicates in the future, I might them with something, make a meal. It won't be in time for the Minotaur contest because I think entries have to be in by tomorrow anyway. So I did a dessert one earlier today, and then I ate my lunch. When I ate my lunch, I put my rice pudding in the fridge just to chill and let it kind of sit while I ate the rest of my lunch, and then I went and got it and finished it off. So my cat is over checking out the box with the rest of the rations in it. I'll let you look at that. Mila, come here, Mila. Come here, Mila. There's Mila. We're 16 and a half years old. See, she's checking that out. There's nothing in there for you, Mila. then she'll just rub on the corner of it. Yeah, she'll just rub on things. That's what she likes to do. Go and put you back up here. So there was a look at the queen. She's still checking out the box. You know, that's a cat for you. Something new, they have to check it out. The flap is down, so oh, she's no, Mila, there's nothing there for you. There's nothing there for you, Mila. Sorry, I just moved that box out so she can't get inside it to try to actually lick the ration bags because she is a plastic licker. Plastic, I don't know. She's a so that's, I just wanted to get it out of the way so it would stay out of it. Now this pasta is soft, but it's not completely mush. It holds its shape pretty well. Sorry, the shadow from this part right here, that's part of my phone mount, so that causes a bit of a shadow. So, but this is the best configuration I can get it to do these, so I get the best light, but I still have that little bit of a shadow. But I am definitely enjoying this. I just grabbed the salt-free seasoning packet. Date code 2244. Might not be able to read the ingredients on there. This thing doesn't always want to focus. It's got onion, garlic, it says spices, carrot, orange peel, parsley, tomato powder, red bell pepper, citric acid, soybean oil. It says natural flavorings, maltodextrin, and lemon juice solid. So that is what is in that salt-free seasoning. But that would have probably changed the flavor of this in a way that I would prefer not to. I would have preferred something with a little more spice, like crushed red pepper, or even if there was some hot sauce, a hot sauce packet in here, that would have been good. Yeah, that happens. I got booted out of the Ration Museum stream, and I got booted out of a Smoky stream last night, I think twice. I got booted out of his, but, you know, it happens. And I've even gotten booted out of my own. But I just go right back into it as soon as I can get back online. I'm back in there. One time I had to completely start on a different device, because the first one, the one that I'm using now, it just completely locked up. I don't know if it got too hot or what, but then I switched to my backup. Which is this one, so I have streamed on this. This is an LG Phoenix 3. So this is the one that I actually have cell service on. And the other one, the one that I'm using now, I used to have Sprint on it, but then I just stopped using their service, but I kept the phone because I like the quality of the video that it produced. So I just keep using it, and I'll keep using it for my streaming when I'm doing something like this, because it has a slightly bigger screen. And if I'm just going to be sitting at my my computer, I'll stream with my webcam. Of course, I couldn't do that when I did not have the home internet service, but then last month I got it, or in April I got it restored, but then I had to suspend it because of someone else's stupidity. Then last month I got it restored, so I can get on people's streams when they're doing StreamYard. Although I haven't done it yet because I've either been eating my dinner, or I'm just listening and doing other things, and maybe popping in once in a while to drop a comment. So there is Chris in the house. Thanks for dropping in. And Bones Yard is here. This is what is left of my chili mac, which I added some British cheese to, because I thought this low sodium chili mac could use a little bit more flavor. And there's nothing like putting a little cheese on your chili. So this works out pretty good. This was from 2012, and this particular ration came with no peanut butter, but grape jelly and strawberry jam, and they both have definitely seen better days as far as their looks. The strawberry and the grape color, but they still have flavor. The grape doesn't have as much flavor as it normally would for a fresher grape jelly. The strawberry still has a strawberry flavor, but it just does not look like strawberry. It does get quite runny. In fact, this is the cracker underneath the first cracker that I put it on. And it seeped down through the holes and got onto this one. And then this is 2 brown sugar Pop-Tarts, but they both got kind of melded together. So I do not even want to consider trying to separate them, because it will all just go to crumbs. And since this one did not have any drink in it, and I'm going to assume that the other 13 are like this one with no drink, I just grabbed some Type 3 coffee out of my stash. I grabbed an apple cider out of my stash. So I'll be doing that for the rest of these. I'll be grabbing drinks out of my stash to put with these, so it'll be a different drink each time. But all of these have Tootsie Rolls, And these are still good. Of course, I think it would take a lot for a Tootsie Roll to go bad. I did bring out a peanut butter even though I haven't opened it. There was no peanut butter in this bag, but I do have a peanut butter here. So I may not even bother with that. I'm not sure yet. Yep. That's one of the reasons why I do it. Plus, it is an emergency supply. And because I have a variety of drink mixes and coffees and teas from different countries, I can mix it up. Just like I did when I've done my ration mashups, I would pull either British drink, Russian, Canadian, Spanish. Of course, the only one I've had from the Spanish is those the same flavor isotonic vitamin C drink. But I have a couple more of those white and brown packet iced teas that I used last Sunday. The drink powder that was in that ration had gone to crap, so I wanted to have a backup plan, so I used that iced tea drink that was probably from the 90s, I would assume. Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft is in the house. Thanks for dropping in. First time I've seen him in here. So he does not only bushcraft type stuff, he makes his own fishing lures. He does some martial arts videos on his channel. That's okay, you know, you drop in for a little bit. So I'm happy to have new visitors to my stream. But yeah, he recently Bentley had a lot. He's got a video on how he makes his lures and him using his lures, and he has caught fish with them. Yep, it's a chili mac. It's a low sodium. It says reduced sodium from Sopacko. And this was a case of 14 that I bought earlier this year and only paid $35 shipped. So no extra for shipping. And it was this case, and all of these meals were packed in 2012, inspection date of 2016. But from what I can tell so far, they have been stored well. Although these two don't look like you would think a grape or strawberry jelly would look. Strawberry looks brown. The grape doesn't have the purple that it otherwise would. And they're a bit chunky instead of smooth even after kneading. So I'm just going to put another little that's the grape. And this is what the grape jelly looks like. And I'm going to put another squirt of the strawberry. So it's a little more chunkier. Or there's a chunky bit. So that's what the strawberry looks like. It should be red. But they do not taste bad. The grape one does taste like that. It has lost its grape flavor, but it doesn't give me any bad sensations in my mouth. But the strawberry still has a strawberry flavor, and it has the texture, but it's just a little chunkier. And the more liquidy parts seep through the top cracker onto the bottom one that I had underneath it. So, but nevertheless, I will finish all this off. And these bags do not have drink mixes, so I just got into my stash and got some coffee and an apple cider drink mix. So when I get into the rest of these, I'll just keep doing the same. I'll just go into my stash, grab a coffee or a tea or a cocoa mix, or I might do a mocha and a cold drink mix. And these brown sugar Pop-Tarts fused together, there's no way to separate that without busting it all up, so I'm not even going to try. So last Sunday when I opened up that 1980s brown bag, there were only a couple of things that there are a few things I could not use at all. The coffee creamer was absolute crap. The cold drink mix was absolute crap. I really wanted to try that one because it was a flavor that I like. And the fudge bar, that one had gone to crap. It had gone rancid. I couldn't tell by the packaging if it had nuts in it, but the slightest taste gave me that pasty feeling like I was eating fluff or fuzz or something like that, so no more of that. And the cocoa mix was drinkable, but barely, so I didn't even finish that off. But the type 1 coffee in it was perfectly fine. The sugar was good. I still have the salt packet. I didn't use that. It did not come with the flameless ration heater. It came with a white spoon. That was probably to here on this spoon. So that's how short those spoons are in the early brown bag MREs compared to the longer brown ones that are used now. So that was a holdover from the box ration, the MCI or Meal Combat Individual, or some called the C ration. So they had those little white spoons in it, and they had the brown bag accessory pack, and I was hoping to get the blue toilet paper in it, but no, I got the white, but that's okay. But yeah, everything else in there, the beef in the gravy was fine. I had an extra bread that was sent as a separate item. I could not find a date on that, but that was from that same era. That was perfectly fine. That was before the wheat snack bread that is in rations now. The crackers are awesome. peanut butter was good. And so yeah, everything else in that one was perfectly fine. So I was a little bummed I couldn't eat all of that, but I still enjoyed what I could eat. Of course, what would have been better with that one is if I would have had some mashed potatoes to put that diced beef with gravy over, and I could have made the hot beef sandwich out of that. I could have tried to split that bread. That was a wheat bread, by the way, and it tasted like the packaging, but I didn't get that pasty feeling. I didn't get that mouth numbness. I didn't get that sensation of eating fuzz when I ate that bread. And that was an absolute treat to get into that. So the chili mac is all gone. Yeah, I don't know if Tracy is still here. If you're on your computer, one way you can find out if someone is still here, you put the @ sign and with no space after it, the person's name, and if the name, if as you start to type the name, if the full name shows up, then that person is still here. It doesn't work on a mobile device though. I've tried that. But that's one way. If you're on a computer, you can find out if someone is still in the chat by putting the @ sign down right, with the name attached to it. And if it pops up with the full name before you completely type it, then that person is still here. Well, now I know. And speaking of Tracy, he is good people. He has hooked some people up with different things to try. I was hoping to score a Canadian ration with the lamb stew in it. He hooked me up with that. Along with another MRE, which was a bonus, so that's one that's off of my bucket list, so to speak, because I was able to get that from him. But then people I had some halal and kosher my own meals sent to me by CT from Canada. So there's a little bit of ration trading going on. I sent Old Smoky a box of goodies. Last year he sent me a brown bag MRE. And so that was the first one that I had done. I'd have to go back through my videos to see what that one is. But then I bought a corned beef one, which was absolutely awesome. I wish they would bring the corned beef hash one. That one they need to bring back. Yep. Tracy is good people, like I said. But there are people like that. Then of course I sent Gundog. He has not sent me anything, and I'm not expecting him to, but I did a box of goodies for him of some stuff that I had received. Some of it I would not eat, like since I don't eat anything pork, I had received a French entree with pork in it, so I sent that to him, to Gundog, and he opened that up and ate that, and he enjoyed it. And I have 2 of the pizza slices that I received in a package as an extra bonus, and because those are pork-based pepperoni, I will not eat those, but someone else will get them. I just have to, who's going to get it, or how I'm going to do that, or if out of it to see who would get those. But I do want to give those away to somebody who would enjoy them and maybe eat them on camera. They're not from Bridge, the other company that packs those. Oh, there you go. Maybe speaking of teepees, I have volunteered at a local multicultural powwow for the past few years, but I have not heard from the organizers if that will take place again this year because of the big nasty. Our state fair was canceled. I found that out last Wednesday, so there will be no Iowa State Fair. I'm actually not disappointed about that because, you know, it would be very, very hard to get 100,000 plus people to social distance, you know. You'd have to do a lot of restricting of access, and that would really cheese a lot of people off. So the board just decided to cancel it like other states have. But anyway, if, the first time that I volunteered for one of these White Eagle powwows, I did not know that the volunteers had access to one area where food was served. So I had a halal main from an MRE that I just took them. I just had the main from it, so I took that, a flameless ration heater, and I just had that for my lunch. And I used I put the flameless ration heater inside of an actual ration bag, and I'll tell you that it was hot that day, but that thing got so hot that it literally melted the heater bag to the outer bag. So I couldn't separate them, but I was able to get the retort pouch back out so I could open it and eat it. But yeah, I did that, and that does work. You just have to be mindful that if that heater is really, really cooking, it could melt the 2 bags together. That's okay. I'm probably gonna be cutting this one short pretty soon anyway, since I ate all the main. I will finish off these Pop-Tarts I will finish off these crackers and these jams, and finish off this. Although I might just fold this. I didn't use a whole lot of this cheese. I might just fold this over, put a paper clip on it, and stick it in the fridge and save it for next time. In fact, I might save it for the cheese tortellini. I think that's what I'll do with the rest of this cheese. So I just squeezed it down, and I'll fold it a couple of times and put a paper clip on it and stick it in the fridge. And then I'll have it for the cheese tortellini. I folded it a couple of times just to make sure that it's closed, and I got a paper clip on it, and so there's quite a bit of this left, so that'll go good with the cheese tortellini. Yep, she is not too far, so we might have to do a collab video on something somehow. Since I don't drive, someone would have, if to actually do something physically in the same space, someone would have to come here to Des Moines, or arrange for me to get transportation to that person's location, since I don't drive. But yeah, that would be awesome to do something in a collaboration with another YouTuber, aside from the others that I have camped with, like Tack and Brenda from AOK Foraging and Adventures, or Brandon from Bearded CB82. And some others who have come in from out of state. Steve Brahms. We were on his family's property in March for a memorial camp for another Iowan who died last year. His channel name was Country Prepper. Jeremiah Jewell was his name, and we did a fundraiser, or set of fundraisers for his wife and daughter. They had an older stepson who is an adult but still helps out mom with various things, and so he was able to come back to be with us for that weekend. So I sold my ranger beads that I make. I sold a few of those, and then I gave that money. That was one of the fundraisers, and other people did other things to raise money for the family. So we had a camp, and we were able to present her with what we had collected, as well as to actually meet her in person, and to meet their young daughter. And a bench was made by a family friend, and then Brenda, Tack's wife, she carved a sign that was then later attached to that bench. So that is now at permanent. So that was awesome to be down there for that, and to participate in that and just help out in what way I could. So that Another YouTuber from here was able to give me a ride, so that was pretty good. I only shot video one day. I didn't shoot any more from that because it just, I guess I was just too focused on just spending time with the others there and with the Brahms family, who were absolute awesome hosts. We got to eat fresh eggs from their chickens, and just to spend time there was absolute awesomeness, despite the wind. If you watch the videos from the first day, you saw how windy it was, and and of course it was my first time sleeping in a hammock, so I was glad that I was able to actually test that out. So I hope to hang that again sometime, but well, who knows what else will come. Of course, this summer I'll go on a camping trip, provided that my one sister who made the reservation did not have to cancel it. But since last month, our governor said that campgrounds can reopen, and then at the beginning of this month, some other restrictions were lifted as far as campgrounds go. So hopefully this family, but I don't shoot video of that, since that's purely family thing, and I'm just there to spend time with my mom and my sisters and my great niece. And last year a cousin came down for a little bit. Well, actually, cousin and her daughter came down for a little bit, so not the whole time, but they stayed overnight with us one night, so that was pretty cool. So hopefully we'll be able to pull that trip off, and who knows what else I'll be able to get into later on. Yeah, I would love to do more camping, but because I don't drive, and those who would otherwise be able to take me out there don't always have the time to do it. So I just get out when someone else is going, and they have room to give me a ride, and so that's how that works, and I live with that. So but if I do get into anything like that, I would definitely let you all know that I will be going to a certain place, and if I can shoot video, I will. And if I can stream using my hotspot, I'll definitely try that. But anyway, I'll keep doing these every Sunday. So then I got 5 more of these meals to do. The duplicates of the others I'll just keep on hand as an emergency meal, or in case I want to do a little experimentation with it, combine it with stuff from my kitchen, or just to have a little fun with. Michael Green over in the UK has done that with ration components. He takes, for instance, he might take the penne with the vegetable crumbles. He might combine that with some vegetables, or for instance, if he had the beef and gravy one, he might take that and put it over rice, or he might take something and make a dessert out of it. He might a couple items from a ration, couple items from his kitchen. He has several of those on his channel, so I'll probably do some of that, just like these recipes that people are doing for the Minotaur cooking contest. In my biryani, I used some canned chickpeas, and I use some turmeric and some onion powder. Everything else, the rice, the curry chicken entree from one of their rations, the little jars of bottles of the spices that Minotaur sells. I use some of those, and I made up the coffee and the cold drink from that ration. But I kept the crackers, I kept the peanut butter, and I used the strawberry jam from that with another bag of the instant rice today when I made dessert, and I put that up on my channel earlier today. So that was my second recipe for that contest. Others have done like 4 or 5, and there are others that have been submitted with just pictures by email to Bob, the guy who runs the site. So it'll be interesting to see who gets picked as winners for that. Plus, it's just plain fun to do something like that. When you got rations from different sources, you can have all kinds of fun with them. Just like when I do my mashups, and so I think I might do these mashups again next year. So I'll start acquiring stuff. I'll sit on some things from some rations, and I'll incorporate the different drinks that I have. So I'll just keep doing that because I think it's just plain fun. I don't see anyone else on YouTube doing these mashups where I mix components from different rations from around the world together to make a whole new meal out of it. So I think it's fun to do, and I'll keep doing that. So anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and call this one done since some are leaving, and I'll hand this off to YouTube for processing. And with the way processing goes, it might take several hours for these streams to process now instead of like 15 minutes or whatever it used to take. But I do thank you all for watching, and I also thank Tracy Phillips for dropping that super chat. That was a very generous of him to do that. Very much appreciated. So I will probably go back to 7 o'clock start time with these. If that's an okay time for that, seems to have worked pretty well since I've gone back to an earlier time after Ramadan ended, when I was going a lot later because I was not eating until after sunset. And I just got cut off there, so I'm going to go ahead and call this one good. So I think I'm going to keep the 7 o'clock start time instead of going all the way back to 6 o'clock Central. But if that is a problem, then do let me know. But again, thanks for checking this case out with me and joining me for the first meal. And I got 5 more of these to do, so these will get me into July. So thanks for watching, and catch you on the flip side.